today. From Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, this is the National Football League. We'll see Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles taking on Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers.
Opened back in 2003, have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Out comes the San Francisco offense as they are led out by their quarterback, the man known as Jimmy G. That's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he can be a Super Bowl quarterback, but his biggest problem, his ability to stay healthy and remain on the field. When able, he's a capable quarterback prone to winning games both in the regular and postseason.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Don't do us like that.
Oh, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Oh, good move. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action, Garoppolo. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 20. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's Hurts to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there. And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40, before being taken down. The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it. They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Hurts. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive. And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage. And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone. Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Boston Scott, his first carry. Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there. No score after 1 on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
54.
Now Sanders. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. Hurts sets up to throw it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Throwing is Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Right back to him on first down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Second and 8 coming up. Throwing now is Garoppolo. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that challenge, a successful one. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's...
into a sea of defenders and intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Garoppolo's throw complete here to Ayuk. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw is Garoppolo. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And this is caught by Watkins. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
57, Mike, 57.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Back to throw. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. They'll look to throw again. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts punching it in from a yard away. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Elliott on for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. after the touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts. One of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Garoppolo gets this one to Juszczyk. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo, and that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everybody to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this 3rd quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive, and that is incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here comes Sanders on the toss right. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Sanders. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. They'll run with Scott. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back there, as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. They'll look to throw here. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit, because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Back to throw here. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident, because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
2nd and 10.
Hey, 4 down. 50 cents. 50 cents.
They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 40-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll set up to throw, and this is going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
On 2nd down, it's Mitchell. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. This one caught by Kittle. Touchdown! George Kittle, 27 yards. And the Niners are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. That time a 6-play drive. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. D Ford, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. They'll run. It's Sanders. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Oh, look at the juke. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Throw again on second down. Garoppolo. Sanu with a grab over the middle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Niners on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Garoppolo now. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Here we go. 180.
Garoppolo on first down. Caught by Sanu. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Eagles' 40-yard line.
3 yards remain for second down. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 24-yard line. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's second down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw pulled in by Kittle. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now Garoppolo. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll go again with Sanders. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. '49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they even change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for them.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it. Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big fourth quarter comeback. Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? In the fourth quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.